Hi everyone, I'm Chandler Backus, your expert on postmodern artists. Today, we start our tour in Los Angeles, California, home of Judith Baca. Judith is a Mexican-American artist, activist, and a professor at UCLA. She is known for her excellent work on murals in the Hispanic neighborhoods around Los Angeles. Baca grew up in a Mexican and African-American based neighborhood. She lived in a house with all women, including her mother, grandmother, and aunt. Judith was not allowed to speak Spanish as it was prohibited. Her teacher would tell her to go to the corner and paint while the others studied. Thus began her drawing and painting starting at a young age. She attended California State University Northridge and earned a bachelor and master's degree in art. After being fired from her first teaching job for attending protests, she landed her second job at the Los Angeles Parks and Recreation Department. In the summer of 1970, she created a mural to get the community to come together. It was called Las Vistas Nuevas, or New Views. The mural showed images that would be familiar to the Mexican Americans living in the area. Baca made murals that allowed the local gang members to work together to each express their own views. This helped solve conflict between the gangs and put an end to the unnecessary violence. Her art is very feminist, though. She wanted to empower the women of color. Perhaps one of Judith Baca's most famous works is the Great Wall of Los Angeles. Starting in 1976, she wanted to paint the history of Los Angeles on the wall, but not the history found in books. The events that were overlooked interested her the most. The defining metaphor of the painting is, it is a tattoo on the scar where the river once ran. She involved people from the community to help her paint. Events included in the mural were Dust Bowl Journey, Japanese-American internment during World War II, Zoot Suit riots, and Freedom bus rides. The mural took a total of 7 summers to complete. The mural still continues on today, adding a new part every year. Another famous piece of Judith Baca's is The World Wall, A Vision of the Future Without Fear, a painting that showed the world without violence. It was painted in panels so it could travel around the world. Other artists from different countries would add on their own unique parts to the panel to really show diversity and different styles of art around the world. Overall, Judith Baca's work is extremely powerful to the Mexican-American community in Los Angeles and now that around the world. Our next stop is to New York City, where we meet the artist Adrian Piper. An American conceptual artist, her work involves ostracism, otherness, racial passing, and racism. She believes she was kicked out of the art world for her race and gender. She wants her artwork to help people confront their racist views. One of Piper's pieces, titled Self-Portrait, Exaggerating My Negroid Features, was done in 1981. This piece is perhaps a self-portrait of the way she saw herself in contrast to how she physically looked. The woman in the drawing is African American, but could not be mistaken as a white woman, often what happened to Adrian. The work of Piper almost forces individuals to come to terms with the rules and norms of society in which we live, as opposed to their own distorted views. Another one of Piper's styles of art is minimalism. In her piece, What It's Like, What It Is, No. 3, Adrian's artwork contained lights, discs, 4 videos, bleachers, and music. This piece portrays stereotypes of African Americans. All the videos have the same African American man turning counterclockwise while reciting the stereotypes of an African American. The color also has a major role in the piece. It is as if the African American male is surrounded by the white society in America. Overall, Adrian Piper's work expresses racism and stereotypes and the harsh reality behind it. These artists can be compared in many ways. The main comparison between the two artists is the themes and symbols of their artwork. They both have common themes of racism, stereotyping, and feminism. Judith Baca took that racism and stereotyping and put it into murals. She showed her community that it was okay to be different and painted that authentic Mexican-American heritage in her murals. Adrian Piper's view was a little different. Instead of embracing her differences in her artwork, she showed the harsh reality and realism of the society she lived in for an African American woman. Both of these women are also that of color. They come from different heritages to that of normal in their communities. Their artwork can relate to each other in that way. Both of these artists have done amazing work throughout the years. It inspires me to work hard and never settle for less. Times can be tough, but you can always push through. That now concludes the end of our Postmodern Artist Tour. I hope you learned a thing or two and enjoy the rest of your day.